Wakanda is in chaos in Black Panther issue number 1. Alright, let's talk about Black Panther issue number 1. Just came out on store shelves today, and there's some big stuff to talk about. Of course, Black Panther is getting a big push in the comics right now. He's getting a great creative team, which is, I believe the writer's name is TA-NEHISI COATES, and with art by BRIAN STELFREEZE and Laura Martin. Yes, I believe that's how you pronounce all their names. Hopefully I get it right, but who knows. So let's review the comic, do a little quick recap. We start off with the comic, and I really like the first panel. The first panel is essentially Black Panther. He's been denounced by like all of his family, his loved ones, people that he knows professionally, and he's at a very low state. And to make matters worse, he is currently at the Great Mound in a conflict with the vibranium miners, like his own people, right? And he's wondering, why do they hate him at this moment? And he looks in their eyes, and all he sees is hate. But he notices that there's this mysterious woman that's in the crowd, and she's almost like bringing it onto them, like bringing out this rage in everyone. So, obviously he tries to go after that woman, but she vanishes out of nowhere. So the trail's cold, and that's where we pick up the main title intro. So this comic story arc is called "A Nation Under Our Feet," which is very appropriate for the subject matter of this issue. So we cut to the city of Wakanda, or the Golden City, which is the capital of Wakanda, and it's a really nice city. It definitely is the Golden City. It's a technological wonder, honestly. Even the people, some of their some of their actual weapons might look primitive, like maybe just a spear, but they have huge technological advances. It looks like this woman has a smartwatch, which is a kimono bracelet. I sorry for the pronunciations of certain people or items in this. It's a little bit confusing for me, but it projects audio and video. So they're in this courtroom kind of thing. They're talking to, I'm assuming the queen, but it's Black Panther's mother, and there's this woman named Dora, and she's trying to essentially save this one from being executed, even though she killed someone technically, but she killed like a really bad individual, someone who was taking women. It's still a murder is still a murder, and Black Panther's mother says, no, I can't let her off because murder is murder, like I said. And she's talking about how Wakanda is in a state of chaos, and we need to do specific do things that are a bit unnecessary, seemingly at this point. But that continues on, and the queen has apparently vanished. They don't know where she is. Obviously, the prisoner gets taken away. We cut to another scene where Black Panther's talking to his mother about the vibranium miners and his whole experience there. And then his mom's like, "Listen, you're not a soldier. You can't go after this woman and start killing left and right. You need to be a king. You need to be smart about it." So it's nice to see that scene. I really appreciated that. We find out that this mysterious woman, she came back to her home base, and she was talking to, I think, her mentor, and she's talking about how when she was controlling, she wasn't really controlling the miners. She sort of delved deep into their subconscious and she looked deep inside of them, and then she pulled out their true selves, uncovering their true rage. So that's interesting. She thinks of herself as a liberator, which would be an interesting concept for a villain, and seemingly the villain of this story arc. But she thinks she liberated the miners and uncovered their true rage. So that's interesting to think that the people are deep down inside, they're really angry about maybe about being miners or the state of Wakanda as a whole. So that'd be an interesting storyline in the future. We see that woman that was put on trial and I guess sentenced. there's a prison break that happens, and we see that it's actually the woman that tried to bring her out. She was Dora, but now she goes as Ao. She calls herself Ao, and she's there to save the prisoner. Her name is Keaton, I believe. And we find out that once they escape and get her out of her prison cell, they kind of land on shore, and we find out that they're actually lovers. So that's a lesbian couple right there in the comic. So that's interesting. And they're saying how they were gonna kill us both, and our love was gonna be extinguished at that point. So we need to escape. And I believe Ao got some suits of armors, like 2 suits of armors that are actually like prototypes, and they're called Midnight Angel. And I like the line they said, let us act as dead women should," which is interesting. So it's almost like a reinvention of themselves. I don't think they'll fight back necessarily. I think they're just going to escape and sort of start a new life, which will be interesting. So at the end of the comic, we have really Black Panther reflecting on the events of basically what's happening to him, how his feelings of isolation, either against his people, from his own blood, and even from his sister. He goes into this sort of, I guess, burial site of previous Black Panthers, and he's trying to resurrect his sister. Unfortunately, he's getting multiple failure states on the computer, and that's where the comic ends. So it's him trying to bring his sister back, but with no avail. So big things in this issue. Just the state of Wakanda itself is just really, it's crazy to think that the city is really crumbling, and even the next issue is called Fall of Wakanda, and just looking at the cover of just Black Panther statue being pulled down, there's clearly disarray. There's some politics in there, and I actually can't wait to read the second issue. So I think I'd give this maybe like a 8.5 out of 10. Yeah, the art's all right. I like it. There's some interesting panels. I think one of my favorite panels, just the drawing of Black Panther himself. I love anything tech in this issue. It looks great. Even the some of the facial, I wouldn't say scars, but almost like tattoos. They look pretty cool. They almost look like cybernetic enhancements, if you will, that sort of connect onto there. And the artist is really good. It's written really well. I know the author himself is apparently a big shot in the writing world. I think he's actually part of the. Oh, it says in the back here he's a national correspondent for the Atlantic. Yeah, so he's been writing about politics and culture for a while. But overall, Black Panther issue number 1 is definitely worth picking up. So, go for it. You can pick it up at your local comic book store or digitally anywhere. So check it out.